What's good, guys? Welcome back to another Miami Dolphins franchise video. This is episode 15, and please go check out last episode where we took on the Jets, and it was a close game, and we had a crazy play happen at the end of the game. So if you want to see that, please go click on that video. It's yesterday's episode, as well as the playlist, which you can check on the card above me, or again, you can just click on my channel, click playlist, and then you can see the whole Miami Dolphins series right there because I made a playlist for it, so you can see the whole playlist and watch it in order. But here we are playing the Saints, who are 7-7 but do have a good amount of overalls, and if their quarterback was probably higher rated, because I'm assuming Jameis isn't that high rated in this game, their offense would be even higher. So they have an 83 offense, 85 defense, and an 83 overall, which is pretty decent. Also, and I'll remove my face cam for this so you can see it, the Patriots are right on our tails at 10-4, and we're 11-3. So even though we are pretty ahead in the playoff picture, which I can bring up for you, we do have the Patriots right behind us. So technically they're the 5th seed right now, but again, they're only one game behind. So again, a bunch of teams are right behind us for that number 1 seed in the East. So definitely something to take care of. Again, nothing to take care of in activities as of now. So we will just be doing weekly strategy and then jumping into the game. It is a primetime game, so we will be using the throwback jerseys, but obviously I put on this jersey just to shout out Waddle, man. I really want to shout out Waddle. He's been playing great recently. Obviously not in the last game. He was okay in the last game. Among the whole season, like, he's been awesome, so I wanted to show some love, so I got the Waddle jersey on. And as you can see, Jameis Winston's overall is only 77, so even if he was like an 80 or an 83, that overall for their entire offense probably would go up. With that being said, though, I do want to defend the deep pass, as that's what it wants us to do as well, as Jameis is known for just throwing it up, so that's definitely something we want to keep on track. And then defensively, they do have Tyrann Mathieu, Cam Jordan, a lot of good players. I'm actually just going to do blitz counter because, again, their defensive line is pretty good. As far as goals for this game, let's do allow under 2 passing touchdowns because it is only Jameis. Let's do don't allow a pass touchdown. On offense, let's do no turnovers today because, again, we've really been struggling with turnovers, I feel like, lately. And then let's do don't allow a sack because, again, I just talked about how good their D-line is. So let's have a goal to try and not let that limit our offense. And then, again, offensively, we do not want to turn over the ball, as well as this is a primetime game, which I'm super excited about, as it is going to be a fun one. Again, in real life against the Saints, there's no injuries on the defense there. It was really nice. But in real life, obviously, Ian Book was playing, so it was kind of a wash of a game, to be honest. We kind of just went in and destroyed them. Tua played okay, not too bad, not too great either. But again, it was pretty easy just because the defense really clamped up Ian Book because, again, it's Ian Book, like a rookie who wasn't really ready for that moment. So, again, it was kind of a waste of a Sunday night game, but it is a 8:15 p.m. start, so that's a really fun one. And again, really fun to have that primetime game. As Javon Holland has an upgrade, we'll just do zone again, get him up to a 91 with morale, so he is a 90 overall by himself as he gets +1 speed in that upgrade, which is awesome, so he'll be flying around even more. But with all that being said, let's take on Jameis Winston, Tyrann Mathieu, and the New Orleans Saints. Kicking off, as per usual, with Jason Sanders to the New Orleans Saints. As I talked about, we are wearing our white throwbacks because we are away, and this is a prime time game. One of the best jerseys in the NFL are our white throwbacks, so definitely good to see that. So let's take a look at Jameis Winston's stats. He's pointing at his name and his number. Honestly, he has the right to. 3,500 yards, 24 touchdowns, 12 picks. Not too bad. That's a pretty good amount of yards. That's probably similar to amount of yards that Tua Tagovailoa has. And he has a 2-to-1 touchdown to interception ratio. So honestly, a pretty good year for Jameis Winston so far. And honestly, he probably should have a good year. They have Michael Thomas back and healthy, Alvin Kamara, a decent O-line, maybe not great or anything, but it's a decent O-line. And they have a bunch of playmakers as Jameis Winston does complete his first pass on the little underneath route to his tight end as they start off 2nd and 8 here on this play. But yeah, Michael Thomas back healthy, which is huge. One of the best receivers in the NFL when healthy. And again, he's back. They have a bunch of playmakers with him and Kamara. So who could see him not? Nick Needham gets the sack on Jameis Winston. Sorry, I had to stop commentating because Nick Needham does a great job to get the sack on that cornerback blitz. But like I was saying, how could he not have a great year with a good of a roster as this? As the Saints defense is amazing. Obviously, they lost Teron Armstead to us, but again, their defense is amazing. Their offense is pretty good. They just run a screen pass underneath, and we do get the 3 and out to start the game. But Jameis Winston does start off 2 for 2 for 9 yards. But it is 4th and 10 after that sack from Nick Needham, which is great to see as we get the ball back with River Craycraft, the man who saved our last game and iced our last game out of nowhere with that kickoff return. So again, please check out that video if you haven't already. Again, like I said at the beginning of the video, it's in the card above me. River Craycraft was awesome last game, as we will take a look at Tua Tagovailoa's stats as he runs onto the field with the rest of his offense. Let's see what he is doing. 32 touchdowns, 14 interceptions, 3,500 yards, a pretty good completion percentage. But again, honestly, other than a couple interceptions, that's a very, very good stat line for Tua Tagovailoa. So I love to see it there, man. You love to see what Tua Tagovailoa is doing with this team. And to be honest with you, I do see him as the franchise quarterback. When it comes to negotiating his contract, I'm not just going to let him go. I'm not just going to trade him. I believe what we should do is extend Tua and continue to build around him, as he's been awesome. So let's get Chase Edmonds involved here, as he has not got the ball as much as I wanted to during the season. I feel like it's been a lot of Raheem Mostert, which, to be fair, Raheem Mostert has been awesome with the ball in his hands, so I'm not trying to take away anything from Raheem Mostert. But Chase Edmonds, like he did there, has been great for his own right, so I want to keep him involved, as he should definitely have a couple more touches here. As this does look like a little clogged up, and I kind of do like the inside zone with Chase Edmonds, so let's see if we can convert this first down with the run. As Chase Edmonds does get tackled, did he get close to the first down? Is that when we get 4th and 2, and we are forced punts? We do get a 3 now. Maybe I should have passed it there, but I did actually like what the run looked like. Is let's see if we can pin them deep here with Thomas Morstead. That should be a pretty good punt, as our Gunners are running after the Saints returner. I don't know who that is because I can't see his name on the jersey, as that is Harris, who did return the ball, and I almost clobbered him when he called the fair catch. So that would have been a huge penalty, but thankfully we don't do that. As you can see, Michael Thomas there in the slot. Let's help Nick Needham with that. Never mind. It is a run for Alvin Kamara, as he is bowling people over, but Javon Holland comes down to clean up. And as again, Alvin Kamara has 1,000 yards on the season, 15 touchdowns. He's a guy who we definitely need to make sure we try and stop. As you are running this cover one play, we'll use your Brandon Jones over the middle and see what we can do here. As I'll come down to the box a little bit with Brandon Jones. As that route is awesome. He has him wide open, and that's a great route from, I believe that's Traquan Smith. Yes, it is number 10 for the Saints, Traquan Smith. So a great route there from him, and he does a good job to get open as they convert on their first down. So not a 3-and-out on this play. Using Javon Holland, that is the halfback wham. I know that from a mile away, and Javon Holland comes down and clobbers Alvin Kamara. That's an awesome play from Javon Holland. You love to see that from our safety, who is, again, he's probably already a top 5 safety at this point, to be honest. And let's get Brandon Jones over here to cover Adam Troutman, who I actually had a lot of hope for in fantasy last year, but again, kind of did nothing. So that's really unfortunate there, as he is the one who ends up getting the ball, but it is Brandon Jones who does make the tackle, as that will bring up 3rd and 5, as this is an important stop to make. Let's run this play as zone, which we don't do that often, so we hopefully will throw them off guard, dropping back into a zone. Using Javon Holland over the middle, they do have Kamara underneath. He goes actually underneath the other way to Traquan Smith, who continues to be open, and he continues to be forgotten about as he continues to play good. Jameis Winston 5 for 5 for 40 yards so far in this game, as we need to continue to get stops here. They are driving down this field a little bit, taking their time, but they are getting those first downs, so hopefully we can get a stop here. Going back to Alvin Kamara, but Brandon Jones and Javon Holland combining on the tackle. You love to see the two safeties. We are containing Alvin Kamara so far, which is something you love to see. Going to be running this Overstorm Brave play here. Put some pressure on Jameis Winston if he runs the ball. If not, hoping to stop Alvin Kamara in the backfield as he is passing. Let's put some pressure on with Jerome Baker. Never mind, let's just throw him down for Jerome Baker's first sack of the game, as he is shooting hoops on the field. 3rd and 13 for this Miami Dolphins team. Using Training Tyndall over the middle. We cannot let Michael Thomas get open down the field or anything like that, as he just will sit underneath, as he is just throwing it up. Can Javon Holland make the interception? No, he can't. Traquan Smith almost made the incredible catch, but it took Nick Needham making an incredible play to stop that, as we will get the ball back with River Craycraft. By the way, again, like I talked about before, River Craycraft, the star of last game. The video was titled after River Craycraft and his kick return touchdown, so you love to see that for him as an unlikely hero, like I titled last video. An unlikely hero ices the game for us, which you love to see as our offense comes back onto the field. Let's see if we can have a little bit more success with this run game. Let's run this trap play with Raheem Mostert. Connor Williams will be pulling over to see if we can get that block. As he does get the block, Robert Hunt with a nice block. Let's shoot back to the right side, and a great tackle there from Tyrann Mathieu, the Saints free agency acquisition, as he is a premium safety, and they do a great job to get him. And now let's go with Raheem Mostert underneath here, or not underneath, sorry, but just a run inside. Let's see if we can get some blocks. JC Tretter with a nice block, but unfortunately we cannot get through to the second level, but that's still a pretty solid run. As Raheem Mostert has actually hit 1,000 yards on the season. Stuff you love to see. You love to see that for Raheem Mostert. He has been running super efficiently, so that's awesome. Is that in real life, again, this is a big if, because if he gets hurt a lot, But in real life, if he can stay healthy, that's a 1,000-yard running back. Raheem Mostert, again, he hasn't done it ever in his career because he hasn't been able to stay healthy. So again, it's a very big concern. But if he can stay healthy with a Mike McDaniel-led offense, he should be able to get 1,000 yards. So something to keep in mind again. Health is the number one thing though. As we have people wide open, let's set our feet, throw it to Jalen Waddle underneath. Tyreek Hill actually comes back for the ball. So Tyreek Hill does make the first catch. That was really funny here, as I was trying to set my feet and throw it to Jalen Waddle, but Tyreek Hill says, that's mine. As the veterans, that will bring us to the start of the second quarter. As let's see who can get open here. I do like this play with Durham Smythe going down the field. And let's see who can get open. Let's roll out to our left. And we do have Tyreek Hill open again. Secure that catch, and he does. As Tyreek Hill continues his amazing game. 2 balls for Tyreek Hill as he has 53 yards. The only 2 passes of the game so far from Tua Tagovailoa have gone to Tyreek Hill as he continues to play very, very good. Let's see who gets open on this RPO. I'm actually just going to give it to Raheem Mostert. Get back to the left side. Let's cut it. Try and cut it back into the inside, but he only gets a yard there to make it a 2nd and goal from the 8-yard line. Let's try this jet sweep here. And I do want to actually flip the play to bring us to the other side. And that will give the ball to Tyreek Hill, who will maybe continue to have a great game. But again, I just do like it to the more open side for this play. As you do get to the outside, run to the outside, Tyreek Hill. That speed is blazing. And Tyreek Hill continues his amazing game as he gets a rushing touchdown from Tua Tagovailoa on the handoff, on the end around. And that is a rushing touchdown for Tyreek Hill. 8 rushes, 2 passes. Everything going to Tyreek Hill. So Tyreek Hill really starting the game off nicely for this game as he puts up 6 points on the boards. We put up 7 points in total with our team, and we strike first in New Orleans in primetime, going up 7-0 against the New Orleans Saints. Saints taking over 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. Let's see what we can do on defense as we've started off pretty good. Let's use your Javon Holland over the middle here as he will just be freelancing down the middle as they do run the ball with Alvin Kamara. A great tackle there from Andrew Van Ginkel and Jerome Baker. As again, stopping Alvin Kamara might be the key to this game. As you saw, his total season stats from the year have been incredible. That's something we definitely want to recognize as we will use your Channing Tindall over the middle and let Brandon Jones go for the blitz. But that's a perfect play call from the Saints as that really went against what we want to do with a blitz coming from the right side going to the left. They actually run into the right side with a jet touch pass to Alvin Kamara, so that works out well for them. So that brings up 3rd and 1. We're going to use your Jerome Baker and see if we can make the stop as they do go right to Alvin Kamara, and he punches it up forward for the first down, which is really unfortunate. But again, on the whole, 5 rushes for 9 yards. That's a great job on Alvin Kamara so far. He's a premium running back in this league. Let's continue to press and let our corners do their thing. Going to use Brandon Jones over the middle here as they do have their backup running back into the game. So they are passing. And let's see what we can do on the stop. As that's a great route from, I believe that's the fullback of the New Orleans Saints. So Jameis Winston's only missed 1 pass, 7 for 8, 54 yards. But we've just done a great job to bend but not break, as that is the fullback making a play of the backfield. As you can see, Taysom Hill on that side. As they do a play action, which really got me to bite, but it's Xavier Howard with an interception. What a diving interception by Xavier Howard as he continues to be incredible, and he might be taking over for Jalen Ramsey for that #1 cornerback in the NFL because he continues to make interceptions that are wild. That's his 11th on the season as he finally gets one more in his 2020 season when he had that decoy candidate type year, as Chase Edmonds does get stopped at the line of scrimmage. So what a play from Xavier Howard. You love to see that from our premium corner. Let's run this pass play, see who we can get open down the field, as Tyreek has been the main go-to guy. But I do see Cedric Wilson over the middle, but unfortunately Tyrann Mathieu comes down and does a great job to force the incompletions. It does bring up 3rd and 10, which is a little bit rough after that interception. Let's see if Tyreek Hill can get open deep. If not, we have Mike Gesicki or Jalen Waddle underneath as Tyreek does break his man, but they do have safety over the top. Let's throw it up to Mike Gesicki, come back to the ball with the aggressive catch, as unfortunately it does become an incompletion. That makes it 4th and 10. So let's see if we can pin them deep with Thomas Morstead. Again, no win because we are in the dome, as I believe that should be a pretty good kick. Let's try and pin them deep as Keon Crossan is trying to lay some boom on the returner, but unfortunately he misses the tackle and they get some yards after the punt, but again only at the 14-yard line, so we do a good job to flip sides of the field, and they will have to have a long drive to put up some points here on this Miami Dolphins team. As we will continue on defense, running this man-to-man, as Jerome Baker over the middle. They give it to Alvin Kamara, who gets blocks, and he finally breaks free, and he's breaking tackles, so he finally gets gone as we don't stop him in the backfield, and he continues to rush forward for a bunch of yards. Now we need to make sure that Brandon Jones covers over the middle. We need to keep on limiting Alvin Kamara, because if he starts to get going, this game might be over very quickly as he continues to break tackles. But of course, it's Emmanuel Ogbah who brings him down, as we have done a great job on Alvin Kamara so far, but I don't want to get too overconfident. We need to keep doing a good job on Alvin Kamara, or else this could be looking bad. Using Javon Holland on this left side trying to cover over the top as they are dropping back into the pass. They do have a couple guys open as they are going to Michael Thomas, but Byron Jones does a great job to knock the ball loose. Let's send some heat on this 3rd and 8. Let's see if we can get pressure instantly. Let our quarterbacks press as Xavier Howard does have his X Factor active. Let's see if we can get some pressure on James Winston, force him to make a bad decision. As Alvin Kamara makes a nice block there, actually, but they still continue to get a blitz as he throws it up. And unfortunately, Xavier Howard cannot come back for the interception. I believe that's Marcos Callaway with an insane catch as they get a 1st down, which was very unlikely. As the play started, I thought that was going to be an interception for Xavier Howard or a sack for one of our guys, but Jameis Winston throws it up, and that's what he does, man. 50-50 balls. That's why he had so many touchdowns and so many interceptions with his final year with the Bucs, man. He just does stuff like that. But Jerome Baker with the interception, and he has speed. Can he bring this back for 6? Unfortunately, no, he can't. Jameis Winston makes the stop as Jameis Winston has thrown 2 picks. As Jerome Baker gets an interception as he continues his quality year. He's been getting sacks. He's been getting tackles for loss, and he is now getting interceptions as well. Great job there from Jerome Baker. We will run it up the middle. Good blocks, but unfortunately we cannot get to the 2nd level. And Raheem Mostert is averaging just under 4 yards per carry, as he has been doing very good. Let's go to Chase Edmonds with that in mind, as I don't love it, but I don't love the pass either. So let's just run the play that we designated for the call. Connor Williams get that block. No, he can't. Chase Edmonds tries to bounce off that block, but unfortunately it's Cam Jordan who makes the stop. Let's run this Texas double post play. Let's see if we can get it off before the 2-minute warning, as we will be able to get it off just as the 2-minute warning hits. Let's step up in the pocket as we do have Cedric Wilson wide open underneath. But unfortunately, Tua Tagovailoa misses him on the 3rd and 8, and that will force us to punt. I don't know how that happened. We had a clean pocket. I stepped up. It was an awesome throw, or not an awesome throw, but it was an awesome pass. He was wide open, but unfortunately, Tua Tagovailoa misses him. Let's make sure we put backspin on this punt. Kick it to the right here, as we don't want too much distance, and we want it to go out of bounds relatively soon, as that should be a decent punt. We do have backspin on that punt. Please stay in there. Did that go out of the end zone? Unfortunately, I did put backspin on it, but it still goes out of the end zone, so they get the 20-yard line. They will have a 2-minute drill to try and tie this game up. Man, it's really unfortunate that Tua Tagovailoa cannot hit Cedric Wilson underneath, because on the year, he's been awesome. He's just been completely great. Tua Tagovailoa not missing passes like that. But unfortunately, as we keep him in bounds, I believe, no, he did get out of bounds, so they will stop the clock there. But again, I thought Tua Tagovailoa should have made that throw, man. That's a throw that you can't afford to miss, so definitely need to do a little bit better than that. Usually in training, Tyndall over the middle as they are clearly passing as they should, as it is the 2-minute drill, as they do go to Adam Troutman, and Nick Needham makes the tackles. I believe they will probably go into the hurry up, which they will. Going to continue to do this cover 1, keep everything in front of us, hopefully, as they do have a couple guys open. And oh my god, Byron Jones goes for the interception, and Alvin Kamara has space after the play. Xavier Howard, please make a tackle, as he can't make the tackle until Javon Holland comes over. And finally, we get the tackle. Thank God, as Dwayne Brown is hurt for the New Orleans Saints. Great job there, honestly, from Xavier Howard to get over there and Javon Holland to make the tackle, because that could have been bad. Byron Jones really needs to start improving as a cornerback, because Alvin Kamara is now routing him as a running back, which is never good to see. Jameis Winston running out of the pocket. He has nowhere to go. I'm going to step up as he does make the correct decision, just throwing the ball away instead of taking a sack or throwing an interception. But man, still thinking about that to a throw, and still thinking about that Byron Jones play, man. You cannot afford to make those plays, as that is why the game is only 7-0. As Jameis Winston has tons of time, as we will hit stick him hard. We hit stick Jameis Winston super hard, but unfortunately he does not fumble. I don't know how, as the New Orleans Saints will finally call their 2nd timeout. Don't know how Jameis Winston hung on to that ball, because Javon Holland came and laid some wood. But unfortunately, he does hang on to the ball, so we do not get the fumble. Usually Jerome Baker on Alvin Kamara. This is a hugely important 3rd down and 8, as we will go over with Alvin Kamara, with Jerome Baker. But it is Nick Needham with his 2nd sack of the game. A DB with 2 sacks on that cornerback blitz. Let's make sure we call a timeout to save some time here. But what a play from Nick Needham, as he has 2 sacks on the year. As again, the Dolphins are known for putting cornerbacks and safeties on for blitzes. Brandon Jones actually last year led DBs in sacks, as he had 5 himself. So yeah, we are known for putting our DBs in the position to make some sacks. But Nick Needham with 2 in this game, so we get the ball back with 49 seconds to work and see if we can put at least a field goal on the board before the halftime ends. River Kirkcraft getting the return, as he will bring it out, not really out because he never even got into the end zone, but he does do a good job to at least get it back to the 20-yard line. As we will again gonna go with the pass here, because we have to, with only 49 seconds to work. Putting Waddle on the slant here. We have Edmonds with that Texas route. Let's see what we can do here. As I do see Waddle on the slant, he gets a bunch of separation with a bunch of space in front of him. Let's juke back inside, because we have 3 timeouts, and we will, or sorry, only 2 timeouts, as we will use our 2nd timeout there. Maybe should have just ran out of bounds. That's a poor decision by me and Jalen Waddle. Let's use this bench switch play, as we do need our routes going out of bounds here, as we do have Waddle and Tyreek on these out routes, as well as Cedric Wilson. as I do like Waddle on that borderline catch. What a throw from Tua Tagovailoa to the sideline to Jalen Waddle. That's a very hard throw to make, and Tua Tagovailoa makes a perfect pass to Jalen Waddle. I don't know why, it just feels like Jalen Waddle and Tua Tagovailoa have this connection, man. As, again, Tyreek Hill is getting there too as he started off the game well. Jalen Waddle, 2 receptions for 60 yards about. Let's see who gets open. Let's roll out to the left. Here's Tyreek Hill is open over the middle. Tua Tagovailoa makes the pass, and Tyreek gets in for the touchdown as we go up 14-3 as Tyreek Hill continues his amazing game. What a throw, crossbody from Tua Tagovailoa to get the ball to Tyreek Hill, and we do a great job to put up 7 points within 49 seconds and go up 14-3 with only 25 seconds left for the Saints to work with only 1 timeout. I presume they would just run the clock out, but again, who knows with the New Orleans Saints, and let's see what they will decide to do as we'll kick it off back to them with Jason Sanders. But again, we do want to see what they will decide to do, but a great job from this offense to go up 14-3, and we get the ball back after the half as we were putting a clinic on Jameis Winston. We're making him look like Ian Book did in real life. Running the cover 1, and because of all the momentum, we actually do know what route he's going to run. So let's user Brandon Jones on Taysom Hill here, as we know he's going to run this out route, as we know exactly what he's going to do. So we will not let that get open. But unfortunately, we let someone get open underneath as Traquan Smith continues to be amazing for the New Orleans Saints team. And it feels like every time we go up against a team, it's actually someone you wouldn't expect who does great, as we will use Xavier Howard on Alvin Kamara. We know he's running this delayed slant route with Xavier Howard as he does throw it up to Michael Thomas, as Eric Rowe cannot stay with him, as they are continuing to drive down the field with no timeouts left, but they do have 15 seconds. So let's see if we can keep them from getting a field goal or into field goal range. We will use your Nick Needham on Alvin Kamara because we know exactly the route he's going to run. So let's continue to run with Alvin Kamara. He does throw it up to Michael Thomas, and Brandon Jones swats it up, and Javon Holland can't get over there for the interception, but a good job there from Byron Jones actually on that play, as they will settle for the field goal from the 46-yard line. This is interesting because I thought they might have time to run a play, but I guess they don't think they can get one off. But Will Lutz actually misses the field goal. We will just run this ball, get Raheem Mostert some extra yards here, as he does. Now it brings us to the end of the first half. Honestly, can't ask for anything better. 2 interceptions on Jameis Winston. Our offense is playing amazing. Tyreek Hill, Tua Tagovailoa, Jalen Waddle all having a nice connection there. Nice chemistry on offense, as you can see the halftime stats there. But great job from our whole team right now, making Jameis Winston look like Ian Book did in real life. On offense, we want to continue. Let's do run outside, actually, just to switch it up, but we will be using the run for sure. We're actually going to defend the deep pass because Jameis Winston does like to pass the ball deep. And again, now that they're down 14-3 and we get the ball back and we'll be between clock, like they'll have to start running it deep to try and get back in this game. So that's definitely what we want to continue to do, is River Carrycraft will just take a knee as Tua Tagovailoa will come back onto the field here for this Miami Dolphins offense. I do want to run the ball, so let's go back to coach suggestions here. Let's run this halfback ISO play with Raheem Mostert here. Get him a couple more touches, see what he can do on the ground. As again, it's really exciting that he has 1,000 yards, as we have done a great job of limiting Alvin Kamara, as Raheem Mostert does a good job to push forward there for the 4 yards. But like I was talking about with Alvin Kamara, man, because we've done such a good job of limiting him on the ground, we force them to pass, and that's where we've taken advantage. So great job there. As Raheem Mostert has a bunch of space, but unfortunately Jalen Waddle does not make any block. He just runs past the guys he's supposed to block. So Raheem Mostert does get stopped in the backfield. I'm actually going to start by putting 2 clock on right now, because why not? It just makes sense. We will use Chase Edmonds. Like I said, want to keep him involved with the run game here. Hopefully he gets some space. As Teron Armstead get out there for the block. As he does, Chase Edmonds jukes up the field, and that's a nice run there for Chase Edmonds, as he's doing good. As unfortunately he is averaging well under 4 yards per carry, but we want to keep all of our running backs involved. Short yardage play here for the Dolphins, so we will give the ball to Sonny Michel, as he is our short yardage guy, but unfortunately he goes backwards. I thought Alkingold might get that block and we could go around the outside, but that forces 3rd and 6 actually, so we are forced to pass here. Let's run this red zone scissors play just because I don't run it that often, and it looks very interesting. That route for Raheem Mostert looks very interesting. Let's see who can get open here, as it does look like Tyreek is open over the middle. Man, his speed is just too hard to defend, and he continues to play well as he is having a great game. Tua Tagovailoa, 6 for 9, 145 yards, and a touchdown. He continues to play very well. Let's go right back to the ground game with Raheem Mostert, as this formation that the Saints are running looks very optimal to run behind, but let's see what actually happens. As never mind, we get stopped. As no, never mind, Raheem Mostert does get forward for 3 yards, but like I said, it looked good to run under, but unfortunately the Saints do a great job to actually make the stop. Tyreek Hill, if the linebacker doesn't drop back into that slant coverage play, Tyreek Hill might be on, which he is. Go get the ball. Unfortunately, I went for the rat catch because I thought he was going to do the actual slant and then continue to run. So that's why I did the rat catch. As usual, I'll do a secure catch just to confirm he catches it. But I thought he was guaranteed to catch it, so I did a secure catch. But unfortunately, he tries that, but he runs forward instead of going attacking the ball. And then they do defend that pass. And now we do have Tyreek on this play as the safety does back up. Let's throw this to the corner of the end zone. Does Tyreek have him beat? Secure catch, and unfortunately he doesn't, so we will be forced to kick a field goal at 54-yarder. But I do believe Jason Sanders could probably make this. We are holding back to get the most amount of power, but I missed the 100, so I don't know if this will have the juice. Does it have the juice? Yes, it does, as that is an awesome field goal down the middle for Jason Sanders, a 54-yarder for the kicker for the Miami Dolphins as he continues to try and end his season with a better second half than the first half, because again, the first half was a struggle for Jason Sanders, but he looks to come back because he hasn't missed a kick in a little bit. It feels like maybe he has, and I just don't know what I'm talking about, but it feels like he hasn't missed in a little bit. So that's a good kick from him as we go up 17-3, and let's keep containing Alvin Kamara. As they do have him back on the field, let's use your Channing Tindall on him in case they run a pass, as it is actually a run play. We cannot make the stop with Channing Tindall, and Alvin Kamara continues to pounce for it. Again, that is what we have to avoid with Alvin Kamara. He's now averaging over 4 yards per carry, which is dangerous because, again, I'm going to keep stressing it. If he gets going, this game could get blown up really quick, so we need to keep him in check using Channing Tindall. Again, primarily trying to look at Alvin Kamara, seeing what he's doing as they go back to the run, as Emmanuel Ogbah makes a stop on Alvin Kamara, which is nice to see, forcing 2nd and 12 as you stop him 2 yards in the backfield. Let's run the splits plays. We know the routes, so we can use your Brandon Jones, as we know exactly what Michael Thomas is going to do on this out route, so we can guard it perfectly. As we know, he's going to cut out right here, and he actually throws it up to Taysom Hill, who actually does a great job on Xavier Howard as a tight end now, as Xavier Howard gets beat by Taysom Hill. I never thought I would ever say that, but unfortunately Taysom Hill runs a great route, and Xavier Howard can't keep up to him, but that's a great play there from Taysom Hill, and a great throw, honestly, from James Winston. That's actually a perfect throw. As he ran a play action, I thought that was going to Alvin Kamara, but he does actually go back to Alvin Kamara just in the air this time, as James Winston isn't having the worst game without the interceptions, but the 2 interceptions are costing them deeply, as Alvin Kamara does have 60 yards in the receiving game, so he's definitely still having an impact. Using Channing Tindall, trying to limit Alvin Kamara here, as they do seem to want to run. As never mind, it is play action again, and we get a sack, as I believe that is Brandon Jones, as another defensive back with a sack here on James Winston. As our defensive backs continue to pick up sacks on this play. It is 3rd and 17, but I do want to just press them, get some pressure, and just get this stop. We're going to use your Nick Needham because we know exactly what route Michael Thomas is going to run. But he does have someone wide open underneath, and Michael Thomas makes the block, and Chris Olave breaks a tackle, and he gets the first down. What a play by the rookie for the New Orleans Saints, as he is a first-round pick for them. His first reception for 24 yards. They are driving down the field on this possession, using Channing Tindall over the middle. As again, now this is the first time they've really driven this far, and I felt like dangerous from them. As a good tackle there from Jalen Phillips and Nick Needham, holding him for 10 rushes and 35 yards. Going to continue to send pressure just in case they do pass the ball to keep James Winston guessing as they do pass the ball. I'm trying to get out there with Jerome Baker. Michael Thomas does a nice route on Byron Jones, but thankfully Byron Jones can make the tackle. But I need Byron Jones to do a little bit better there as a corner. Again, it's a tough ask, I won't lie, but I do need him to do a little bit better. This will bring Brandon Jones over to cover Taysom Hill. So he's going into the flat, but we do get another sack. Never mind, Andrew Van Ginkel cannot bring him down, and now they are so much closer to the touchdown. I need Van Ginkel to bring down James Winston as he breaks free from the sack and gets 2 yards. Again, I don't know how they didn't score there after he broke the sack, but a great job there. Let's use your Javon Holland over here because our linebacker isn't going to cover who he needs to cover. And Alvin Kamara bounces it back, and he scores the touchdowns again. Now that Alvin Kamara is getting going, this game is only a touchdown away from being tied, so we need to keep doing good on offense to keep this win for the Miami Dolphins. The Miami Dolphins do have the ball right back. We're going to continue to run with Chase Edmonds, and this play should actually bring us to the end of the third quarter. But as you see, the New Orleans Saints actually have more total yards than this Miami Dolphins team, so that is very interesting. But this play will bring us down to the end of the third quarter and the start of the fourth quarter, as we will let the clock drip down to the end of the third quarter. Let's run a fake snap just to even get them to jump, but we don't. As that'll bring us to the start of the fourth quarter. We have a 7-point lead, and let's try and finish this game off. Do not want to let this team get back in it. Let's run this pass play here and see who can get open here. I like Waddle on that route, but they do a good job of covering it. But Mike Gesicki is wide open on that corner post route, whatever you want to call it. 7 for 12, 166 yards for a 2 Tagovailoa, as he continues to play very efficient as we continue to try and use this run game to our advantage here. As that is what we are. That's the team we are, man. We're going to use the run to set up the pass and keep Tua's job easy. As you get a bunch of blocks there, Raheem Mostert can try and cut it up, and unfortunately get a stop. Tyrann Mathieu coming down to make the stop on Raheem Mostert, forcing 2nd and 9. Sean Payton, who is technically still the coach in this game, obviously we know he's not the coach in real life anymore. But I do actually not want to pass. Let's just run this up the middle, as you want to keep waste clock. And Alkingle gets a nice block there. Raheem Mostert breaking tackles every single place he goes, but unfortunately he finally gets tackles. Marcus Davenport does get hurt on the play. He's forced to take a knee. Hopefully that's not too serious, as that does bring up 3rd and 5, as we need to get a first down on this play. If not, the Saints can't tie it on the next possession. Is Tyreek open over the middle? What a throw from Tua Tagovailoa, and Tyreek cannot hang on, as that forces the punt. I thought that was a great throw from Tua. I thought Tyreek Hill hung on to that ball, and I thought Tua put that in the exact right place for Tyreek Hill, but unfortunately Tyreek Hill cannot hang on, so it's not the first down, and we are forced to punt. Hopefully that is a decent punt, as it does go behind him. Can Keon Crossan get there, please? As he does touch it on the bounce, and that's a perfect punt from Thomas Morstead, and that's a great play from Keon Crossan to pin them deep, as they will have to drive from all the way from the 4-yard line to try and put up points to try and tie this game. Let's use your Channing Tindall on this play and see what they do. As again, we're in a perfect spot here to try and get the stop. As Raekwon Davis with an awesome block shed to stop Alvin Kamara in the backfield. Now we are on their 2-yard line. If we can pick up a safety here, that'd be awesome, but I am only going to rush 3. That's the biggest key for this game, as Alvin Kamara does have yards as he bounces off a tackle from Javon Holland, but Channing Tindall does come over to make the tackle. Now it's a huge 3rd and 6. As now we will use your Channing Tindall, or never mind, we'll use your Zach Sealer over the middle, try and get pressure. We can't. Jameis Winston has all day to throw. He's rotating, has no one open. He will start to run, but then he throws it back, shoulder to Michael Thomas, but he does actually go over the line of scrimmage. That was a stupid-ass play from Jameis Winston. He could have ran for the first down easily. That's why I was getting mad at the start. You heard my voice start to race because he was just going to run for the first down. That didn't happen. And then he throws an illegal forward pass, which is so stupid, so we'll accept that, forcing 4th and 10. And we get the punt. And now we will have great field position to start this next drive. And if we put up a field goal, that should be the game. So that's an awesome play there from your Dolphins. Again, so stupid from Jameis Winston. That is such a dumb play. He's definitely not going to be eating a dub today. As again, that was so dumb. He could have just ran for the first down, so that's what I was scared about. But Jameis Winston gives us the ball back, and I'll take it. Let's take one shot here. See if Hunter Long can get lost in the sauce, lost in the defense here. As this play is a really fun play with handing off to Durham Smythe. Durham Smythe going underneath. As you do have Mike Gesicki wide open as he makes the catch, cuts it back to the inside as we stay in bounds, and we continue to waste clock. 8 for 14 for 180 yards for Tua Tagovailoa. Let's get back to the run game with Chase Edmonds here, as we want him to get going here. Let's get Robert Hunt pulling to that left side. Go up there and get a block, as he does. Great block there, and Chase Edmonds continues to do pretty well for the game so far, as we want to keep going with him, as that does bring up 2nd and 4. Let's give the ball right back to Chase Edmonds. I do like the way this is looking for the run. Hopefully Tyreek can come over and get a block here. As Tyreek does come over, he gets a nice block, and Chase Edmonds has yards ahead of him. A great play there, as that is Demario Davis, I believe, making the tackle on Chase Edmonds, as Chase Edmonds continues to play very well. Let's give the ball to Jalen Waddle on this jet sweep, see what he can do on the ground, as we continue to do most of our work on the ground game. Let's see if Durham Smythe can get out for that block. Jalen Waddle has one man to beat. It is Tyrann Mathieu. He does juke him, but making that juke did slow him down, and that does bring us back to 2nd and 3. Let's see what Edmonds can do with the ball back in his hands. They are kind of loading up the box here, but if we can get a couple blocks, we should have a nice play here, as they are getting good blocks. Chase Edmonds tries to run for the touchdown. He can't punch it in, but he does get back to 4.2 yards per carry. We do have 1st and goal, as the Saints fans are not enjoying this game right now, as they're yelling. As let's run to the right here. Let's use Sony Michel, get behind these blocks and just walk this in for the touchdown. Cut it back as Sony Michel walks it in for the touchdown. You love to see it for Sony Michel. You love to see it. That's an awesome drive. As you play the field position game by punting it deep, and then making them punt it right back because we get the 3 and out, and then we go up and put the touchdown. So not the funnest game so far, but we do go up 14 points. That should be a clean, easy win in prime time against the New Orleans Saints again. Very reminiscent of what we did in real life. Kind of just shut it down on defense, let the run game do its thing, and let Tua Tagovailoa do his thing to get the win here, as it is 24-10. And again, it's going to take a little bit of a miracle for the New Orleans Saints to come back in this game. As again, with all the momentum, we do know exactly what they're going to run. As Nick Needham is Andrew Van Ginkel on Alvin Kamara, so let's get a head start on that Alvin Kamara route. As Jameis Winston has all the time in the world, and he does have Michael Thomas wide open underneath, but Jerome Baker does a great job to make the tackle, but he does bring him out of bounds. Just again, the Saints need to go up and put up 14 points in 3 minutes and 41 seconds. So again, I'll be eating my words a lot if we can't make the stop, but I really hope we can make this stop. Using Byron Jones on Michael Thomas, as we know what route he's going to run. And unfortunately, Taysom Hill is wide open. What happened there? As Javon Holland, please make the tackle on Taysom Hill, as they just got a huge chunk of yards on that one play. So we need a stop here really quickly here. Let's run the cover one contain, because we do need to contain Jameis Winston a little bit. And hopefully we can get a stop here, as they do get some momentum back. So we don't know what play they're running, but we do know they're passing. As it is 5-on-5, we cannot get pressure. The offensive line doing a great job, as they do get a flag, probably for holding. Javon Holland can't make the tackle, and Jameis Winston will just walk in for the touchdown. Hopefully that is holding. As Xavier Howard shoves Jameis Winston after that play, but it does look like this will be coming back for holding, as they are zooming on the Saints player. As it is holding on the Saints, thank God. Thank God they got a holding, because now we get it 1st and 20 instead of a touchdown for the New Orleans Saints, so we will take that for sure. Using Channing Tindall over the middle here. They're definitely passing with 2 minutes and 53 seconds left in this fourth quarter. Using Channing Tindall over the middle, hoping to not let anybody get open. Jameis Winston rolling out to his right side. He makes a good throw to their backup tight end to make it 2nd and 11 from the 15-yard line. Again, 2 minutes and 47 seconds left. We just need to make them use some clock here, as again, it's going to be hard for them to score 2 touchdowns in a row with us getting the ball back within that. So we need to hold them and make them score after the 2-minute warning. Make them not kick an onside kick and let us just run all over them, as they are passing the ball to an offensive lineman, and Javon Holland can't make the play. What the hell did I just watch? I just watched an offensive lineman just scored. Isn't that an offensive lineman? He's wearing his offensive lineman number, and he's fat as hell, and Javon Holland couldn't keep up with him? Are you kidding? Javon Holland, you can't keep up with an offensive lineman, apparently. As they score a touchdown, 24-17, and they have all 3 timeouts, so they will just kick it off normally, and they have a chance to make a stop and tie this game up. What the hell happened there? I guess you could say, oh, he didn't realize that offensive lineman was going to go off on a route. Sure, but then how come he didn't catch up to him? As they score, as an offensive lineman scores a touchdown to bring this game close. That is crazy. I seriously cannot believe what I've just seen. We're going to give the ball back to Chase Edmonds, but I'm still thinking about that play. An offensive lineman just scored and started celebrating on us in their zone, as Chase Edmonds finds a hole and runs for the first down, which is a huge first down, as you will chew this clock all the way down to the 2-minute warning. But wow, I am still thinking about that play. What a crazy play from an offensive lineman to score a touchdown, as now we will bring this down to the 2-minute warning, because we want to make the Saints call timeouts and get rid of their timeouts, as we want to just run the ball to end this game. But what a crazy play. I can't believe I've just seen that in a Madden game. Honestly, it would be a Madden game for that to happen. So giving the ball back to Raheem Mostert, as he gets a bunch of blocks, and now the Saints will be forced to call their timeouts. If we can just convert on a first down here, that should be the game. So we just need to convert on this first down. We will continue with the run game. Let's give the ball to Raheem Mostert as our most secure runner. And I'm actually going to motion Durham Smythe over if I can, just to have a bunch more blockers on that left side, and hopefully have Raheem Mostert get a first down. As Alkingle gets the block, and Raheem Mostert gets the first down. No, he doesn't. Why did he go forward? As they get a timeout, now we really need this first down. As I tried to cut it up the field, but he just ran to the sideline. That was super weird. Let's run this halfback stretch play. Let's switch it up and go to the right side here. Let's get this first down and end this game here, hopefully. As we get a bunch of blocks nicely, as Raheem Mostert tries to get up for the first down, and I believe that is enough for the first down, as that is 2 yards, as it says on the scoreboard. So that should be the first down, as it is, and thank God. For a second there, I thought he didn't get the first down, but he does, and we will be able to just run this clock out. Raheem Mostert will just run this ball up the middle here as Alkingle gets the block, making sure we don't fumble the ball. And again, now we just need the ball out. What an awesome game. They're not suggesting to need the ball out, so I guess we'll run the ball. As Contavious Street, that's actually a former 49er, a guy who I considered signing myself, or basically when I did Dolphins franchise by myself before free agency happened, I'd always sign just because he's a former 49er. As Cam Jordan gets hurt on one of the final plays of the game, and this will actually, as that's an injury timeout, so the clock does stop, but this will be the second last play of the game, as we will just take a knee with Tua Tagovailoa, 4th and 8 now. Never mind, we have to punt the ball. What did I just do? I can't believe I just realized that, because I wasn't paying attention to what down it was. So now we have to bring this clock down. We're going to wait. I don't care. We're going to wait. And we're going to bring this clock down all the way and hopefully not let them convert on a Hail Mary, because they only have about, 13 seconds to make something happen, and we're going to pin them deep with the Thomas Morstead punt. So I wasn't even paying attention to what down it was, so I thought we just had to run the clock out. But again, we're just going to bring the clock down as far as possible, and then we will punt the ball with Thomas Morstead, as they will have under 13 seconds to play as the ball is still in the air. And that will, what a punt from Thomas Morstead. That will put them on their own 8-yard lines with 9 seconds to go in the game. They have to score a touchdown, so it will be a Hail Mary from the New Orleans Saints. Let's put everyone back. We're going to guess pass, all of that stuff. We're going to contain Jameis, guess pass, make sure they don't convert on this play. Honestly, they can do whatever they want underneath. If Kamara wants to go down a route, I don't care. We're just going to go back with Jerome Baker. As it's 3 seconds, so this will be the last play of the game. Make sure that they don't get the ball. As it gets tipped up, and Xavier Howard gets an interception to pad his stats to see if we can run this ball back. But unfortunately, Alvin Kamara makes a tackle. And Xavier Howard has his second interception of the game to ice the game on the final play of the game on the Hail Mary. Had the best hands. He went up there, got the ball after it was tipped. Sean Payton looks upset, even though he's not even the head coach for them technically right now. But Tua Tagovailoa and the Miami Dolphins get the win over Jameis Winston and the New Orleans Saints, which you love to see as the teams dap up each other. Emmanuel Ogbah dapping up with Jameis Winston after the game. Again, a great game from Tua Tagovailoa, a great game from the not even a great game from the run game, but a great game from our defense. We have 3 interceptions, which kind of won us the game. Only 185 passing yards, but 135 rushing yards. 57% completion percentage for Tua Tagovailoa, as he did not have the best game himself, but he did what needed to be done as the Saints run into their tunnel looking all sad and shit. We do not feel bad for you as we go in, get the win. Again, still thinking about the offensive lineman to score a touchdown. Not the best game for Tua Tagovailoa, to be honest, but there's nothing for him to do, really. Jameis Winston with a touchdown and 3 picks, with 22 for 29 and 334 yards. Tua Tagovailoa only having 8 completions, but he only threw the ball 14 times for a touchdown, no picks. Rushing-wise, Raheem Mostert did good. Chase Edmonds did great. Again, we want to keep the ball in his hands. Alvin Kamara, we contained, which was huge. That was a huge part of us winning this game. Receiving-wise, yards-wise, it was Tyreek Hill with 86 yards and a touchdown. And then Taysom Hill, 2 of the T-Hills, with 76 yards on 2 receptions himself. Waddle with 2 receptions for 59 yards. Defensively, it is actually Nick Needham with 2 sacks. I completely forgot about that, as he had 2 sacks himself. Brandon Jones having a sack, so 3 sacks from our defensive backs, which is great to see. Jerome Baker having an awesome game, as he had 1 tackle for loss, 1 sack, and an interception, so that's a great game from him. But Xavier Howard outshining him with 2 interceptions, which, again, he's just playing incredible lately. Kicking wise, Jason Sanders made all of his kicks. Will Lutz actually did miss one of his kicks, so that might have made it a little bit closer, but it was a very, very far kick, as that will take us to the end of the game, as I believe there shouldn't be anything at the end of this game for me to show you, but just going to make sure, because always want to make sure I show you guys everything, as I want to keep you guys involved. Christian Wilkins has an upgrade after the game. Let's actually upgrade his power rusher just to keep him versatile as a defensive lineman. We don't want to make him purely just a run stopper. We want to keep getting him up, so make him a better overall player and more versatile. But with that being said, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.